I was impressed with that move you pulled. Bang.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's me, it's G, it's DMC, the undefeated, undisputed. Oh, come on, we can do better than that. YouTube champion, that's right, it's the Maverick. Mark Daniels here with the Smackdown review for August 1st, 2017. And what a show it was. Pretty good show. Damn good main events. A little scary, though. John Cena got dropped right on his neck. Hopefully he's okay, and hopefully... I know that there's a lot of fears in the back of people's minds. Mine's too, and I don't think it will happen. But there's always that fear that Shinsuke's push will go to a screeching halt because of a botched move. I hope that's not the case. And realistically, it's not necessarily his fault either. It takes two to tango for one. I said this when I defended Roman Reigns when he tried to reverse the tombstone, and people were like, oh, he's not strong enough to pick the Undertaker up. And it's like, well, it's really Undertaker's fault because, you know, he should have propped himself up using his core. Obviously, he was too tired from the match and was unable to do so. And you can only do so much, you know. You try lifting a dead weight, you know, worth of body. It's not easy, you know. But it is what it is, and hopefully, you know, this doesn't ruin Nakamura's push. But let's talk about the SmackDown show overall. So, first and foremost, I would like to say the SmackDown I thought was pretty good overall. Nothing too bad that I was just like, oh my god, you know, why did I waste 15 minutes watching this or that? For the most part, it was all positive. I had one thing that I was kind of in the middle about. We'll talk about that when we get to it. Wasn't negative on it. I was just kind of like, you know, it's just filler for the show. And you got to have that. I mean, it's a 2-hour show. You do it weekly. There's bound to be some filler, and that's okay. So, we start off hot. We start off with the AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens in a U.S. title rematch. Pretty solid match. During the match, Owen accidentally punched the referee. I guess he thought it was AJ Styles. I don't know. Goes to go for the pop-up powerbomb. AJ Styles reverses it into a pin, and then the referee counts 1, 2, 3. He does not see that Kevin Owens' shoulders are up. So AJ Styles retains the title. Kevin Owens is furious. So much so he goes to the back, starts throwing shit around, yelling at Shane McMahon, yelling at Daniel Bryan, and they're like, okay, look, you know, the ref made the call, and, you know, it happens. And, you know, realistically, if they could have just said, well, dude, you should have just been disqualified anyways. You punched the referee. But he said he didn't want that referee in the rematch at SummerSlam. I want a reliable referee, one that's not just going to get knocked down and be laid out like that, not one that's going to make a bad call. I need a good referee. And, of course, Daniel Bryan immediately throws Shane McMahon under the bus. Says, I got the perfect referee for you guys. Shane, he can do it. And eventually Shane's like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And if you don't like it, then you're not going to get your rematch. Kevin Owens gets pissed, pushes and shoves some other stuff on the ground, and walks away angrily. Overall, you know, putting the match and this segment together, I was fairly entertained by it. The match was good. You know, these guys can't have a bad match. They had a disappointing match, in my opinion, at the last pay-per-view, which was... I forget the name. Was it Battleground? Yeah, it was Battleground. It just happened not too long ago. There's just so many pay-per-views that they kind of blend in. I'm like, is it Battleground? Is it Money in the Bank? I don't even know, man. It was Battleground, though. I'm pretty confident saying that. The match was just disappointing because I had high expectations going into it. But these guys, most of the time, put on a really good match, and especially when they're allowed time and allowed to do things creatively. It's not just a fucked up, fucked finish. You know, this was. I thought everything that led up to it was fine and was a good match. And honestly, you didn't know because these guys have tossed this title back so many damn times. It was very plausible that he could have lost the title tonight. Who knows? The crowd was very much into it. I was into it too. I didn't think AJ was going to lose. It made sense to me that they would just continue this into SummerSlam. SummerSlam is a big event, unless right before SummerSlam they decided to change things and give AJ Styles or Kevin Owens, if he wins the title, a new opponent. Obviously, that's not what happened. We're going to have the rematch at SummerSlam with Shane as the special guest referee. Let me know what you guys think of that. Are you guys cool with that? Do you guys think this is going to lead to a Shane versus Owens match? It's a match that's kind of been rumored, although it was originally Rusev versus Shane at SummerSlam was the original rumor, which we found out tonight, actually. We'll go ahead and skip ahead. We found out that Rusev's actually going to be taking on Randy Orton at SummerSlam, which I think is going to be interesting. So in the fourth match of the night, we had Rusev versus Chad Gable, and I thought this was a fun match too. Honestly, Chad Gable looked like $1 million in the match, got some good power moves on a much bigger Rusev, got to use the ankle lock. Gable looked impressive even though he lost the match ultimately. Rusev needed a big win. He lost to Cena on his return to SmackDown from his injury and whatever else that happened with him. But he won with the accolade. afterwards, he talks about, he asked for competition. He got John Cena. He wants some real competition, yada, yada. Well, Randy Orton comes out, and he kind of walks slow and tries to get into the ring. Rusev kind of blocks him off, won't let him in. And eventually, Orton grabs a microphone. They kind of have some exchange of words. Orton says, hey, you want a challenge for SummerSlam? Look no further. Which is good. The match itself could be a good match. I mean, both guys are definitely capable. It's not something that I'm like super looking forward to, but I'm happy. SummerSlam being such a big event and having such a large card with so many guys, and there's still only so many spots, especially for one-on-one matches. I'm glad that Rusev is getting a prominent spot, even if it is against Randy Orton on the card. So good for Rusev. I'm glad they're still using the guy. He definitely deserves it. And the guy's good. He's very entertaining. And at the end of this, Rusev starts talking in Russian, and he rushes right into an RKO, and that's going to set up their SummerSlam match. So I'm actually, I guess I'm not necessarily looking forward to their match. It could be a good match. It could be a sleeper match that people might sleep on and really impresses us. I hope so. But it's definitely something for Rusev to do, and I don't think it's the worst thing either. After the first match, we're going to skip back to the beginning of the show. The Usos came out. They did the New Day intro, and at first I thought it was Kofi doing the intro. Like, I thought it was a little weird, but the crowd was going with it. And then the Usos come out, and they have new music with lyrics. And it sounds like, I'm not sure, but it sounds like the Usos themselves are actually doing the rap vocals for this track. I could be wrong on that, but it's what it sounds like to me. And if so, not bad. The song itself is actually pretty good, especially compared to Jason Jordan's new theme, and especially compared to Big Cass's last two themes that he just had. This is really good. I liked it, and they cut a pretty good promo. They had some good flow into their promo. One of the lines I really liked was, they said, clowns coming out here on bicycles, talking about each other's popsicles. I thought it was pretty funny. They really roasted the New Day pretty hardcore. And then they ended it with the Uso rocks, Uso rocks, and the crowd actually is going with it. Uso getting themselves over here on Smackdown, and they've really just reinvented themselves and really became pretty interesting. I'm enjoying the Usos run so far. And then we had another Fashion Files like segments. Why did I say statement? Fashion Peaks. This time, Tyler Breeze is looking for Dango. He's got a lot of posters everywhere, one with Dango on it. And then he looks to the left, and there's Fandango in a red shirt and doing some weird dances. Now, I don't know if this is supposed to be, I'm assuming it is. It's a parody of something. Whatever it is, I never seen it, so I didn't get the references necessarily. I still found it entertaining, though. My favorite part of this whole segment was the Ascension statement that he's like, what? We already ruled you guys out months ago. Are you guys helping now? Like, what are you guys doing? And they're just sitting there doing weird shit. I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny. Honestly, these segments are getting the Ascension over for me, honestly. If they keep letting the Ascension be a part of these segments and kind of show some personality, they might be able to do something with them as well in the future. And ultimately, Tyler Breeze just kept saying, what are these metaphors? No more metaphors. No more metaphors. He wakes up. He records something and says he knows who has Fandango. And that's how we end it. To be continued. I'm still leaning towards, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. Both guys have been kind of MIA, and really solo guy. I love Luke Harper. I think the guy is just talented, but they obviously just don't see something in him as a single star. So sticking back into a tag team with Rowan, that's fine. We need more tag teams on both shows, not just on SmackDown. And if not them, then maybe Sanity. I know Sanity was rumored to be making their way up to the main roster months and months and months ago. I could see it. I could definitely see it being Sanity. I think that'd be fine. Putting them on SmackDown would be good. I think Eric Young would need a platform like SmackDown before going to Raw if he wants to be successful in any way. Just my opinion. But yeah, I'm fine with either of those options. I heard another rumor that it's going to be the EC3 ripoff. What's his name? Something Tapioca Pudding. That guy. You guys know what I'm talking about. The guy from what was it called? Breaking Graham? The NXT reality show they had on the network. That guy, Andrew Tapioli, he was like a football player. The $1 million guy. You guys know what I'm talking about. Him and his tag team partner was rumored as well to be the team. I don't see that happening whatsoever, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I like the segment overall. And then we had the one part on the show that I was kind of in the middle about. I didn't hate it. I didn't dislike it. It was fine. It was just kind of there. It was Sami Zayn versus Aiden English. Sami Zayn comes out, pretty good reaction. Aiden English comes out, does this whole Drama King skit. The crowd was just hating on it, which is a great reaction for him. They started chanting "You suck" to him, and he was just kind of, you could just tell he was just bringing it all in and just enjoying it. Good for Aiden English. I like Aiden English. I always thought he was kind of held back in the Vaudevillains. I personally was never a fan of the Vaudevillains. I know there's some people that really like the Vaudevillains and kind of wish that they got used a little bit better. I didn't like them in NXT. I didn't like them in SmackDown or Raw or whatever. I always thought they were kind of boring. And obviously, from what I understand, Simon Gotch was very much disliked in the back, and it really hindered poor Aiden English. Now he's finally getting a little bit of a chance here. I think he does fine. I think he's entertaining, and I think that he puts on good enough matches. And this match was okay. It ended kind of weird, which was made by design though. It was made by design. It wasn't done on accident. So that's why I didn't put I didn't think of it as like a negative towards the show or anything. But Sami Zayn was locking in some sort of like an arm drag, and Aiden English kind of locked his arms and almost like a crucifix type pin, and gets the 1, 2, 3 wins. And then afterwards, Maria and Mike Kanellis come out. You like how I say Maria and Mike instead of Mike and Maria. Maria and Mike come out, and they say they love each other, and they also love that Sami Zayn lost. Womp womp. So obviously this feud is going to continue between these two. What's next for Aiden English though is my question. I'm fine with this. This also makes Sami Zayn kind of look like an underdog. It's giving him something to do. It's planting seeds for different things, and I like that. I do like that a lot. Even though Aiden English got the win here, I'm just curious to see what he's going to do next. Is he going to be, going up for the U.S. title in the near future? Because they need someone to go against AJ Styles if he retains against Owens. He's going to need some heel opponents, whether it be Rusev, whether it be Aiden English, whether it be Mike Kanellis. They definitely need some people for that. Maybe he's next. Maybe he'll be going up against Chad Gable on like a pre-show and put Chad Gable over. I don't know, but they're starting to build him up for a little something, and I'm okay with that. But I thought overall this segment was just kind of in the middle for me because it was just kind of there. But it is to elevate Aiden English a little bit. Sami Zayn still looked fine in this, and obviously it's continuing the Mike Kanellis and Sami Zayn feud, which is good as well. Then we had the women's tag team match. It was Becky Lynch and why did I put Carmella twice? Becky Lynch and Naomi versus Carmella and Natalya. For some reason, I had Becky Lynch and Carmella versus Natalya and Carmella. Obviously not the case. Actually, a really good match. I really enjoyed this tag team match. I thought the action was good. The last bit of transitions I really enjoyed. So Naomi's in the ring. Natalya puts her in the sharpshooter, and Naomi gets to the ropes. Carmella tags herself in on Natalya, which Natalya didn't like. Carmella just told her to get the hell out of her ring. She pulls her back, locks her into, I believe it's called the Code of Silence. I believe it's her name of her submission. She locks it in, but she couldn't get it all the way. Naomi then transitions it into an Anaconda Vice. I don't know if she has like an official name for that yet. If it's called the, I don't know what they would call it. It would be something glowy, I'm sure, but I don't know what they would call it. They're probably trying to figure that out themselves. But she puts them in the Anaconda Vice, and Carmella ends up tapping out. Makes the champ look strong. Carmella looks fine here because she didn't really necessarily lost fair and square, but 2, she still has the briefcase, so she's fine. I know that's the mentality of Vince McMahon. Oh, they got the briefcase, they'll be fine. I think she's cashing in at SummerSlam. I think we're going to see Naomi retain, and I think Carmella's going to cash in at SummerSlam. I really think so. I don't think. I don't know. I don't think they're going to have both Money in the Bank winners cash in the same night. Would they? Would they do that? That's never been done before. That multiple cash-ins in one night. So that may be something they do, just kind of plant the seed of doubt in our minds. I don't know. I really think this would be the perfect time for Carmella to cash in, though. I guess we'll see. Because what's next for Naomi if she beats Natalya clean? Unless Natalya gets disqualified or something, which they could very easily do that and then continue to the next month. I just don't know what they would do. Tamina could get a shot, I guess. Lana can get another shot, I guess. Charlotte was absent on the show tonight. That's interesting. They've kind of been putting her on the back burner on SmackDown, which is very strange. Very strange indeed. But anyways, moving on. Renee was interviewing Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers backstage. They were both bandaged up. One had a neck brace, but the other one had bandages on his shoulder and his arm, but it was on the outside of his suit. It looked very strange. Obviously, they can't wear a suit and be bandaged on the inside of the suit, otherwise you wouldn't know. But I just thought it looked kind of out of place. I don't know, it just looked weird. But he just basically talked about how he's going to sit in the skybox, going to watch these guys, and they're going to bow down to the modern day Maharaja. He says he doesn't care if it's the American or the man representing Japan. He doesn't care. But yeah, it was an okay segment, nothing special there. Then we had the Rusev versus Chad Gable match, which we already talked about. And then finally, the main event of the night. Definitely my favorite part of the show. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. John Cena versus Nakamura. So going into this match, I honestly thought they would set up a triple threat match. Because if you look at the Summerslam poster that's been floating around, it has all Fatal 4-Way competitors for the Universal title on the top. And then right underneath it, you have Cena, you have Jinder Mahal, and you have Nakamura. So it almost looked like they were going to set up a triple threat match. And then it goes down the list a little bit. I didn't think they would just give us this match for free on TV with a definitive finish. But it was a good match. Besides that scary Cena spot, we'll talk about that in a second as we go through the match. But I thought it was a fun match. And the crowd was very much hot for this match. They were very well into it. So was I. This was definitely a dream match. When Nakamura first got signed, he did an interview on Talk Is Jericho. And he talked about some of his dream opponents. And one of them was John Cena. He was really looking forward to being in the ring with John Cena. He was like, he is a mega star. You can like or dislike Cena. He is a mega star. Regardless if you think he deserves it or not, that's a whole another discussion. But you can't deny the fact that the guy is a mega star. People who don't even watch wrestling knows who this guy is. He's definitely the biggest star in wrestling today. Period. There's no discussion about that. I guess you can argue The Rock, but I don't really consider him to be a wrestler right now because if he does come, it's like once a year. Cena, even though he's still somewhat of a part-timer, he still wrestles more on TV, more than 12 times a year. So I would still consider him a wrestler versus, a guy who comes in every now and then. But this was an awesome match, man. This is definitely a dream match for Nakamura when he came in. He was one of the guys I wanted to see him wrestle. Of course, everyone's still waiting for that Nakamura-AJ Styles match. It's going to happen eventually. So at the beginning of the match, Nakamura, he does his typical Nakamura stuff, gets Cena to the corner, puts his head into his stomach and kind of does the wavy thing, and then steps back. But instead of going, come on, he did this, saying that he could see John Cena. I thought that was pretty cool. Nice little extra touch. Something that Nakamura does that a lot of guys don't do in the WWE is, adds a little unique twist to certain things like that. And not everyone may pick up on that, but I appreciate little things like that. So I really enjoy that, which is why I mentioned it. During the match, John Cena had an attitude adjustment, and Nakamura kicked out at 2. So Cena really putting this guy over. And you hear, rumors. You don't know if they're true or not, but rumors say that Cena was one of the biggest fans of Shinsuke Nakamura in the back. He wants to see this guy succeed. He's one of the reasons why Vince is even allowing Nakamura to have a huge spotlight on him, because from what I understand, Vince just doesn't get it. He doesn't understand why people like Nakamura. But Cena is a big fan of Nakamura, and I guess really wanted this match. So this was probably his call to put him over, honestly, and I think it's great. He did the same thing with Daniel Bryan. He was a big fan of Daniel Bryan and a big supporter for Daniel Bryan as well. So it's really cool to see. People might hate Cena and probably won't believe it. Like, oh, that's bullshit. Cena would never do that. He buries people. The thing is about burying people, I think people use that term incorrectly. Now, I'm not in the biz, so maybe I'm not the person to speak on that. But for me, I just don't consider that as a burial. When you put on a main event match with somebody, even though you're winning, just because you win a match doesn't mean you bury someone. But if you put on a stellar performance with that person and they walk out looking better in that match than they did before that match, then that's not burying someone. And Cena's done that with countless guys. Even though he's beaten them, I mean, he can't lose to everybody, guys. He beats people, but then when he does lose against someone like Shinsuke Nakamura, it's a much bigger deal. He's well protected for a very good reason. So the crowd was very much into it. Like I said, Cena hits another attitude adjustment. Does a thing where the guy's on the ground, he kind of like flips, does like a somersault and gets him into another attitude adjustment. Gets him into that second attitude adjustment. Nakamura reverses it, hits that nasty back suplex that I was talking about. And as Cena just lands right on his neck. Hopefully he's okay. Obviously, at the end of the show, there was footage of him putting Baron Corbin through a table. Because I guess afterwards, Baron Corbin went to attack Nakamura. Cena kind of made the save. So it looks like we're going to see Corbin versus Cena at SummerSlam, which I'm fine with. I'm very much fine with that. But Cena landed pretty badly on his neck, and you could tell he's kind of, I don't want to say he was like pissed off, but you could tell he wasn't happy about it, right? which who would be? He's got landed on your neck, and again, you can't blame Nakamura for that alone. Cena didn't jump high enough. He didn't get enough rotation on the flip. It happens. Accidents happen in wrestling. It's unfortunate that it happened in his first match against Nakamura, and hopefully this doesn't hinder his push. I don't think Cena would be the one to be like, fuck this guy, this is what the fuck he's doing. I don't think that'd be the case, but if someone else in the back's like, okay, we got to be careful with this guy, he's a little dangerous, you got to be careful, I guess. I don't know. They may even ban that suplex. They may say, okay, we can't do that back suplex anymore. Maybe we can find another move for you to do that's like a transitional move, but we can't be doing that move anymore, which is perfectly fine with me. I know people hate banned moves like that, but honestly, it's not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk to hurt other guys for one, little backdrop. You can find something else that will work just fine. Anyways, after the match, after Nakamura wins, he wins with the Kinshasa. Cena shakes his hand. You can see Nakamura clearly saying he's sorry for dropping him on his head. I've seen some other people on Facebook say that Cena says it's okay. I couldn't quite make that out with trying to read his lips, but he said something about him going to SummerSlam and becoming the next champion, which I would love to see. It was a great main event, definitely my favorite part of the show. Very surprised that he put Nakamura over clean, and I'm sure most of you guys are. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought of that main event, and were you surprised or not that Nakamura won? And I want to know if you're excited for Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam. I'm less excited about it being Jinder Mahal. I'm more excited about the fact that it's for the WWE Championship. I can see so many things happening here. I would love to see Nakamura win. Duh, right? I don't know if they would do that. Obviously, I've been talking about it for months that I wanted it to be AJ Styles, though, because I don't want Nakamura's first title win to be tainted by this. But you can have someone like a Nakamura or AJ Styles win the title, and then immediately afterwards, Baron Corbin comes out and cashes in and becomes the new WWE champion. Put all that heat onto him, and people would hate him, and more so than they already do, and it would be great. That's fine. And they could do that very easily. It continues the Nakamura-Baron Corbin feud. You can set up a triple threat match at the next pay-per-view between Corbin, Jinder Mahal, and Shinsuke. And then afterwards, maybe Baron Corbin versus Shinsuke again. Maybe Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles. Maybe you could have AJ Styles win the belt from Corbin. Nakamura or AJ could win the Rumble. And we could set up that Shinsuke versus AJ Styles match at Mania for the world title. However you want to do it, that's what I want to see. That's what the people want to see, damn it. But either way, regardless of what happens, this main event was awesome. I thought Smackdown was good overall. Like I said in the comment section below, let me know what you guys thought of the show. You guys looking forward to SummerSlam? I mentioned this yesterday in my Raw review, which if you haven't checked out yet, definitely check it out. I'm actually getting kind of excited for SummerSlam. I wasn't at first, thinking of the possibility of all these matches, but once we get closer and closer to it, the Fatal 4-Way match for the Universal title, I think is going to be a lot of fun. The build-up for it's been really good, in my opinion. And everything else that's been going on. I'm starting to get excited for it. So this match I'm excited for. I want to see if they actually give Shinsuke the ball here. If they do, will they have Baron Corbin cash in on him? Will they make this the main event of SummerSlam? There's no way this is going to main event, right? There's no way they're going to main event with Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura. The main event's definitely the Fatal 4-Way match. But would they have a cash in when it's not the main event of the show? See, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. I think Carmella is cashing in for sure. I think we're going to see Carmella cash in at SummerSlam. Maybe Baron Corbin cashes in a couple months. Maybe Shinsuke does win here, or maybe he loses here due to some fuckery. Gets a rematch at the next pay-per-view. Shinsuke finally does win it, and then you have Baron Corbin cash in. Maybe. I don't know. But I am looking forward to it. But anyways, guys, until next time, which for wrestling content, I'm going to try to do an NXT review this week. I'll try to throw in 205 Live in there as well. So look forward to maybe that tomorrow or Thursday. I want to get some more videos on this channel on a more weekly basis, on a more daily basis too. I'm trying to do one video a day. It's kind of hard in wrestling because there's really not a whole lot to talk about, especially like if I'm sticking to WWE stuff. There's plenty to talk about other companies like New Japan. I'm not caught up on the G1, and I haven't even started the G1 yet. And it's just a lot to watch. I just don't have the time to watch it all. So I'm going to probably wait to the finals and then watch the finals. But either way, guys, until next time, I am the Maverick Mark Daniels. Bid you a farewell. Peace. And one love.